So we are in the Black Rock City, but we are at 515 in Esplanade, and we are actually at the Interpretive Camp for the Bureau of Land Management and the Great Basin Institute.
All right, so I'll just look around a little bit here. So tell me some of the things that we have in this camp.
So this camp is kind of broken between cultural history and natural history. We've got some of the information on what it was like to travel through here. Immigrants in the 1850s on the Applegate Trail would go on the covered wagon. We also have some information on what they would eat and what it looked like from when they had no water out here. And there's still not a lot of water out here.
Right.
And the natural history, as you can see in this yurt, we have lots of the wildlife, lots of birds, and lots of photos of the fairy shrimp, lots of photos of just what life is like on 350 days besides Burning Man. My name is Gattagan, and I'm a wildlife biologist for the Black Rock Field Office here in Nevada for the BLM. So on non-hazy days, you can actually see the Black Rock itself. It's a geologic, point on the playa, and you can actually see it right here. This is the Black Rock that people used as a navigation point when they were traveling through here in the 1800s.
I am Julia Saints. I work at the California Trail Interpretive Center. I'm an intern there through the Great Basin Institute, and I do interpretive programs there, and I greet visitors, and I do a mountain man program in the 1840s when I would have been losing my job because the beaver trade was down. So I didn't really have any fur to really trap out here that was really profitable for me. So I would have come back east to lead wagon trains out here because I knew the geography of the area here. I would have known where the water was and where good pasture was. So I would have had that geographical knowledge. Or I would have been maybe in the Army too. Those were the jobs I would have really picked up.
So besides the antelope and deer that are found around the playa, not inside the playa, we also have fairy shrimp that in the springtime hatch from all the moisture that's on the playa, and migratory birds actually come and fly through here when they're migrating and feed off of it. And we've got a few protected birds that fly through here. We've got the snowy plover, and we've got lots of shorebirds that you would expect to see at the coastline of California, but they're surprisingly here on this lake bed in the springtime. So this ancient lake bed actually provides a lot of life.
Mountain men would head off in the fall. They'd go off with, between 50 to 100 men, and they'd go out and they'd trap all fall. And in the winter, they'd hang out, play some cards, maybe do some trapping if they could. And then in the spring, they'd do a lot of trapping as well and get a lot of more pelts. And then in the summer, they'd congregate in normally Wyoming along the Green River, and they would have a rendezvous, and it would be a pre-decided spot that they decided the next year. And they'd get with their fur companies that brought these big wagon trains from back east, from St. Louis and stuff, and they'd have supplies such as maybe I broke my tomahawk, so I'd need some new metal. Maybe my cup was leaking horribly and it was really bothering me. All the other stuff I could have fixed, like my moccasins, if they broke, I could just kill another deer and get another hide. But it would have been really hard for me to fix my metal cup, so I would have needed a new one of those. And maybe I would have wanted some whiskey or, some money from my pelts. So I think they could have understood that, because what also happened there, you're getting all your friends together and all these other people that you're meeting new, and you would have had some fun. So you would have had a challenge like, hey, I bet I can throw my knife into the middle of that log better than you can. And then they would have gambled on it, and they did gamble on it. So I think mountain men definitely could have related to this, to the party atmosphere and to the learning experience and the sharing of gifts, definitely.